Hi everyone. How do you win a home in a competitive market? Here in Fairfield County, we are experiencing that. And if you have been looking for a home in Fairfield County, you know what I'm talking about. All spring, we have had certain homes that have gone with competitive offers. So in this video today, I am going to tell you what it takes to win a home in a competitive market and how to present a strategic offer. I'm Jennifer Lockwood, your local realtor here in Fairfield County, Connecticut. If this is the first time on my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. So let's get right into it. The real estate market really comes down to supply and demand, and we have had a lack of supply and high demand, which is why we've had situations of competitive offers. Let's talk about the three main elements of an offer. First is the price, second, contingencies, and third is the closing date. Whenever I go in with my clients to a home and it is something that they're interested in putting an offer in, the first question I ask the listing agent is, what is the preferred closing date of your clients? And if my client can do that, you want to at least come to terms of when they want to close. That is one thing you can check off that you have accommodated to the sellers. Next is going to be offer price. Now, your agent should give you comps and understand the value of that home. But in situations like this, there are always outliers, people that go beyond where the math makes sense when you're looking at comps. And that just means you could be competing against somebody who has lost 7 homes, or someone that just is not willing to lose this home, and they may go way over the asking price. Now, you can't control that. You just have to do the best you can do, understand the comps, and go to the price that makes the most sense for you. You really won't know your competition, but sometimes the listing agent will share how many offers there are, and you can assume if there's multiple offers, they're at least at asking price and many times above. What we are seeing here in Fairfield County is homes that are going with multiple offers are going 10 to 15 and sometimes even 20% over asking price. But we are seeing more of an average of at least 10% over asking price when it comes to highly competitive homes. Next is the contingencies. Now, there's 3 contingencies you can have on your offer: the inspection, the mortgage, which goes with appraisal, and a home contingency. And I can tell you, in a competitive offer situation, if you have to sell your home, it is unlikely they're going to pick your offer. They're not going to wait for you to sell your home, and then they have to be dependent on the buyers of your home closing for them to get their funds to buy your home. Many times they will try to bring a higher offer if they have a home contingency. It is absolutely something a seller can contemplate, but by and large, if they are getting multiple offers, those home contingency offers are put at the bottom of the pile. And next you have an inspection contingency. Now, I do know that there are situations that people do release the inspection contingency. I never recommend that. I always feel that a buyer should have the inspection, because especially in this area of Fairfield County, depending on what town you're in, when you have a well or a septic, there are situations that are safety and environmental that you really need to check out, because the cost of replacing those can be quite high, and you would want to know that and understand your structure, because many of these homes are not new construction. But what you can do with an inspection contingency is say, I want to do an inspection for information only, but I still have the chance to back out of my offer if I don't like the inspection. Or you can say structure, health, and safety, meaning that you'll only come back to the seller for those particular items, anything material, you're not going to nitpick. So when comparing that to a full inspection, that would be a more positive look for the seller, because they know that it's only the big material items that you may come back to negotiate. And then of course you can do no inspection. It does depend on the house. If the house is only a few years old and you feel it's really well maintained and there's not a lot of big issues you're concerned about, then maybe you can go without an inspection, and that would make your offer quite competitive. Inspection contingencies, you can shorten the date. You can say, I'll do it within 5 to 7 days, or make it even shorter. If you have an inspector already lined up, you can go in with an offer and say, I'm doing inspection contingency. I already have my inspector lined up for Wednesday, so they know you're going to be really quick about getting through those inspections and getting to the next step. The next contingency is mortgage and appraisal. Some of these competitive offers are cash offers. So how do you compete with a cash offer? By bringing an offer that does not have a mortgage contingency. Yes, you're still getting a mortgage, but you are so confident you're going to get that mortgage that you're going to release that contingency. And how do you get that confidence? By having your pre-approval letter, and now many mortgage companies and banks are underwriting your loan before you even find your house. So what does that mean? Well, your pre-approval letter, they check your credit score and your income, and they pre-approve you for a mortgage. But the next step is underwriting, in which they verify your income by your tax returns, your pay stubs, and it goes through underwriting. So the only thing left will be the appraisal of the property. So if you have enough money on a down payment and you are worried about the appraisal, let's say you're worried it's not going to appraise it, you have the cash to cover that, and you're confident you're going to get the mortgage, we will release the mortgage contingency. So if you're competing in a multiple offer situation and you're competing against someone that has cash, but you don't have that mortgage contingency, you're pretty similar. It may come down to just the price because you're behaving like cash by not having that contingency. One other element that can help you in competitive offers is agent relationships. In a tight-knit market all around Fairfield County, who you choose as an agent can help you win an offer. The reputation and the trust factor of the agent does come into play when there's multiple offers. The listing agent may know the buyer agent. They know they communicate clearly. They understand that they represent clients that are fully vetted, and it can help in winning a competitive offer because they know that that agent will do everything that they can to bring this offer to the closing table. If you'd like to know the current state of the market, make sure you check out some of my previous videos on market updates here in the area. And if you have more information, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help.